1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
All right, we don't need the music. Just having a computer thing happening here. All right, 24 minutes before 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Nice looking, well, not really that nice looking, I suppose. It's overcast looking Wednesday. It is Wednesday morning, isn't it? All right, let's look at the things in the news. This is when I need to have a clone. I just need a clone. I need to be fixing something with the computer. You see there's only a big blue screen?
Yes, I do. It's a pretty blue.
You know, you could have got that cough from that party dip you were sharing, you know.
Yeah, I could have done that, too.
There was a story that says party dips can give you a disease. You can get a cold from a party dip.
Only if people double dip, and I don't double dip.
Ah, okay. Well, wait a minute. You just need somebody else to double dip.
Oh, okay.
You can double dip. I mean, you can be the non-double dipper all you want, but if the guy before you double dip, then what do you think?
Yeah.
There's some germs in that thing.
Exactly.
Besides, you know, dip is kind of, if you think about it, it's kind of like bobbing for apples. I mean, you're basically putting your fingers into the food.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Right?
There you go.
All right, so we're going to put an end to the whole dipping thing. All right, I wanted to get something light here before we do the serious thing. You want to know your horoscope? I'll do it with Galen.
Yeah.
All right, what is your zodiac thing?
Virgo.
This is a good day to spitball ideas with others, it says.
Oh.
Especially younger people or people in groups, because you never know what might come up. Minds can build upon each other. You will enjoy involvement with a charitable group. Strive to do the highest good, Robin.
Well, there you go. We always try to do that.
That could be for anybody.
We always try to do that.
Well.
Yeah, I know. There isn't anything specific that, would have.
It didn't say. Yeah, it didn't say what car you drive or whether the battery will last.
Exactly. What about you? What's yours?
Oh, you want to know mine? See, now this is crazy because they're all going to be good for anybody. Mine is Aquarius. You are very imaginative at work today, which will allow you to see solutions and entertain ideas that might usually escape you. On the other hand, you might come up with ideas that are impractical or too idealistic. Good luck at striking a happy balance. There you go. Oh my gosh. How does the horoscope for the newspaper, how does that person actually make a living? I guess they just keep printing them, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, let's see. Let's talk about the news. The Highway Patrol reported there was an accident yesterday. Keep some people in prayers. But the latest I have was that 3 people were in critical condition. 2 of them are children. A car had a head-on collision with a tow truck. It was just unnecessary. It somehow crossed the line, and
oh my God!
It was in Old Gainesville Road. Is that what they call it?
Yes, behind the Ford dealership.
Or Northwest Gainesville Road, I guess. Maybe I don't know if that's the same as Old Gainesville Road.
That's behind the Ford dealership on North 441.
But anyway, one of the children, a 2-year-old boy, was being taken to UF Health Shands Hospital in Gainesville. I think he's in critical.
Oh my God!
So just across the board.
Prayers.
So hate to see that.
My God.
The Ocala City Council voted unanimously to keep the Marion Theater open yesterday.
Gosh, more tax dollars, right?
Yeah, well, Well, I think a lot of people. All right, now tax dollars means what? It means money that you and I paid into it, right?
Yeah.
All right, and I think every time I speak to anybody, everybody wants to keep that theater open.
Right.
There's nobody who wants to close it. So I don't hear a whole lot of pushback from people who pay taxes, from the citizens.
Uh-huh.
So?
I know, but I don't know many people that go there to support it. I mean, I don't go there to support it. I can't afford it.
Well, they're going to get $3,350 a month to help offset the operation losses. Mm-hmm. To run the theater, and that's for 1 year, it sounds like.
Well, the Silver Springs Film Commission should step up to the plate, too, since they're heavily involved in the theater industry. They should step up and see if they can generate some money in there.
I mean, what has to happen is the thing has to make money.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Right now, nobody wants to see it go away. You know why? Because of the way it looks, because of the idea that it's a theater, it's downtown, you can have a hotel.
Yeah.
You know, the restaurants are starting to do really well. If you remember what downtown Ocala looked like, I'll say 30 years ago, I don't know if that's an accurate number, but it was pretty in bad shape. And now
it was bleak.
And
yeah.
now it's really in good shape. We have, now I'm not going to take credit, the people who run the city are doing a really wonderful job making it better, and they're doing it still today.
Right.
I mean, it's getting better and better and better and better. And I don't disagree. I think the theater should be there. It just seems like it's a nice theater. It's a beautiful looking place. I love the way it looks. I love the way it feels. But there might be an idea or two that somebody could, float by them. It says, my horoscope says I'm going to have some unrealistic ideas, so I'm not going to tell you anything.
I would go there if I could afford it, but I can't afford to go there.
So that's the big thing for you, the dollar amount.
Yeah.
How much does it cost?
Yeah. It's more than I can afford.
So it's more than the other theaters?
Yeah.
Okay.
And plus their beverages and their snacks, too. I mean, a glass of wine over there is like $8.
Do other theaters
or
serve
something
wine?
like that. I think Hollywood 16 does.
Okay.
And when I go there, I can afford the price, but I don't buy wine and stuff because it's too expensive. But I think theirs is like $6. I don't know. I just know Brian and Tarasovsky sunk a lot of money into it all those years ago, and all of a sudden it didn't work. Mr. Rocky sunk a lot of money into it and hands-on, and it didn't work. And I just don't.
Right.
I mean, there's got to be something that we're all missing as to why it's not working. John Travolta donated $15,000 to it when I was with the Film Commission, and it didn't work. So I just, that there's got to be something that we're all missing about that theater. I don't know what it is, but there's something we're missing as to why it's not making money.
Yeah, you're right. There's something we're missing.
Yeah, so there you go.
All right, so that's what we need to do as a community. We need to figure out what would you want there.
Yeah, exactly.
First of all, we want a theater, so that part's settled.
Right.
We don't want it to be a Discovery Science Center. That was tried, and it was good for a little while.
Right, and then they moved out.
But now we want it as a theater, and it's a good place to have a movie. But maybe there's something else. Maybe the old time, I don't know. Maybe we need to have local people putting on shows like pre-shows, like opening acts.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, that's not bad. An opening act.
And the movies they show there are first-run movies, so it's not like the movies are themselves are dragging it down.
Right.
I mean, look at the movie theater in the Villages, how charming that looks. It's got that old-time flair and everything to it. It's so charming, and they get a lot of people going there. So I just, am racking my brain as to why the Marion Theater isn't drawing a crowd.
Well, there, I think you're.
We're missing something.
It's the thought process that's going to make a difference. That's what I think.
Yeah.
So maybe giving us a year to figure it out, maybe that'll help, right?
Yeah, I think so. There needs, I think so. People need to come up with suggestions, and I'm racking my brain. I mean, there's just something that we're all missing about it.
All right. 4th of July is 2 weeks from today. There are some fireworks scheduled in our community. The one that a lot of people will talk about is God and Country Day. It's been around for 49 years, I think.
Yep, I think so.
49 years. So if put it on your calendar if you like fireworks. It's always a fun way to spend the 4th of July evening, or the 3rd of July in some cases.
Exactly.
Some people do it the night before. Robert Cullen will be here later from On Top of the World. They have a really wonderful fireworks show that they do.
They do. It's fabulous.
And and a nice area to sit to look at it. It's just a win-win. Here's a good one. Google is training machines to predict when a patient will die.
Oh my God.
By using electronic health record data. And they've created a model that is 95% accurate in predicting whether hospital patients will pass away 24 hours after being admitted.
Wow. Wow.
Google's medical brain, the division of the company focusing on the medical field, together with colleagues at UC San Francisco, Stanford Medicine, and the University of Chicago Medicine, engineered a computer system to render predictions off of medical records data, including patient demographics, previous diagnoses and procedures, vital signs, and lab results. The artificial intelligence was able to sift through notes scribbled on old charts or buried in PDFs. Anyway.
Wow. You go to the hospital to try to save a life, not to predict when you die. Wow. I wonder who, authorizes that for each person that comes in there. Or is it like on the secret side? They just push it in.
Canada's Upper House of Parliament yesterday approved a revised bill to legalize recreational marijuana, setting the stage for the country to become the first group of 7 nation to legalize cannabis.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
So there you go.
Yeah, we need to do that. It helps people for medicinal purposes. It really does.
That's what they say. Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning. I'm calling regarding, were you talking about that little theater in town?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that existed or was still open. We will go over on Easy Street to the big theater.
Right.
I had no idea it was even still in business.
Well,
so maybe the advertising is a wonderful idea.
Oh man, maybe you
Because
hit.
I live all the way to Silver Springs, and we go, clear on the other side of town to see probably the same movie that is showing in the theater in the square.
You might have hit on the idea that they need to do. They need to market it.
They need to advertise it. That it's here and
I
open.
thought it was closed. Or only open, maybe 2 or 3 nights a week. Is it open 7 days a week? I don't even know.
Yeah, it's open every day.
So
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Boy, what an insight. Wow, that's
you
great.
folks have a wonderful day.
Hey, thank you.
I'm driving. I don't want to get in trouble.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Have a good day.
Yeah, thank you. Wow, yeah.
Yeah, just because something exists
Gee,
doesn't
we're
mean
looking-
everybody knows about it.
We're looking for some profound idea, and there's the real idea right there.
Yeah, this is it. Advertise the theater is there.
Oh,
Put it
my
on
gosh.
billboards.
Basic
focus
marketing,
on the movies.
Marketing 101, right?
Exactly. There you go. There you go. Advertise it, market it by advertising in the paper, on our station, and put it on billboards, and feature the movies every week on the billboards.
Do you like game
in here.
shows?
Yes, I do. They're fun.
Never mind.
Oh,
Well, I was going to say something about the theater.
Okay. Well, you go ahead.
Well, my thing is this. And
ignore your prediction for today.
No, I was going to say, I know a lot of people like the fact that they serve wine, and that's wonderful.
Yeah.
But my beverage of choice would be coffee. Do they serve coffee?
That I don't know.
See?
I know they know.
Everybody
these days.
isn't. I mean, if I'm going to watch a movie, I'd be like, oh, a cup of coffee, watch a movie, that'd be nice.
Yeah, exactly. And prices that the average person can afford.
Well, I have to look at that. I don't know what the prices are.
Yeah, but coffee, would a Starbucks price for a cup of coffee be acceptable at a movie theater, or should it be like $1 cheaper?
That's a good question. I don't know. I wasn't thinking the price. All right. Do you like
That's a good idea.
Do you like game shows?
Yes, I
do. Would you like to play on a game show?
Okay, that would be fun.
Facebook said yesterday they are offering a series of new formats for its online video platform, including interactive game shows. The new format will be available to those creating video content on the social network, which is searching for a niche to compete against Netflix and YouTube. One of the features from Facebook will allow interactivity, which could be used for live game shows for challenges which offer cash prizes. I would do that.
Sure.
Play a game on the video.
That would be fun.
Dr. Heidi Mary was telling us about some game she plays that pays cash.
Yeah.
I can't remember what game it was, and she does not pay to play, by the way.
Oh, okay.
It's not a gambling thing. It's a game where sponsors pay money, and then the money. I can't remember what it was called. She and Kevin were talking about it yesterday.
Gosh, which one would you play? Or you got to check them out first.
Oh, I would play anything but Jeopardy. Oh. I'm horrible at Jeopardy. I don't know. I could do trivial something. Some trivial category.
Yeah.
There's got to be one category I'd be good at.
Yeah. I'd try math.
Don't do math if it has 2 + 1 + 1 × 7.
Oh, that's right. Exactly. I get it wrong every time.
Irish rocker and global activist Bono met with American lawmakers yesterday, urging them to press President Donald Trump to abandon his completely un-American practice of separating families at the southern border with Mexico.
Gee. They're not looking at the whole picture. They're just not looking at the whole picture. Some of those children are here with strangers. And, if there's a complaint about families that are United States citizens that they're abusing their children or something, the Department of Family Services comes in, they take the children out, and then they investigate the parents. And this is what they're doing at the border. They're investigating the parents to make sure they really are the parents, to make sure they're not criminals. Everything spins out of control.
You want to come to America because you want to make a fortune, right? So you get a little place, and in your garage, you decide to start selling books.
Okay.
Right? And so you sell books from your garage, and it starts working out pretty good. And a few years later, you have more than $50 billion.
Wow.
That's the story of Jeff Bezos, although he's not an immigrant. Amazon founder and CEO Jeff Bezos has seen his fortune grow by more than $5 billion this month. He is the richest person in the world. Oh, he's richer than the second richest person by $50 billion. He has $141 billion.
Oh, my.
$141 billion.
And who's the second guy?
Let's see. According to Forbes, Bezos is worth $141.9 billion. Second place is Bill Gates at $92.9 billion, and Warren Buffett is $82.2 billion.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, just think, if all three of those got together and funneled some of that cash into and made nice programs. Oh, no, they do a good job anyway. I mean, gosh, all these guys are philanthropists. They always give to people in need. They always give to people with new ideas.
I hope
they
they're
give
supporting
grants and everything.
I hope they're supporting their local movie
Sure.
theater. That's all I say.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope they're finding their little local movie theater, and I say, you know what, I'm going to go to the movies tonight, even if I don't stay and watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of movies,
I think that lady hit it on the head.
I think she did.
You got to market and
Yeah.
advertise so people know the theater is there.
So John Travolta's in a new movie called Gotti,
Yes.
and he was interviewed by Allison Walker Torres from Spectrum News 13.
Nice.
Local interview. And he says that John Gotti Jr. was on the set when they were making the movie. Mm-hmm. Almost every day. He was friends with the family. The family wanted Travolta to play John Gotti Sr. So that was part of it. They gave the film the thumbs up. This is an interesting film regarding critiques, by the way. Mm-hmm. If you look online, you will see some thumbs down, you'll see some 1 stars, and then you'll see some 5 stars and thumbs up. So this must be the kind of movie that you either like or you don't like. There's not a whole lot of middle ground on this one.
Yeah, didn't it isn't it just released in theaters now? Isn't it
Yeah.
playing right now?
Yeah, and he said he wore some of John Gotti's actual clothing,
Oh, my.
and he could still smell the cologne
Oh, gosh.
in the fabric. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so I was reading some of the reviews, and some of the negative reviews were talking about the fact that a lot of the movie is dialogue-driven. And I was thinking, well, that's my cup of tea. I like dialogue-driven movies.
Right, exactly.
So maybe I would, because I'm not a big gangster movie guy. I'm not a big shoot 'em up. I don't really care to see a whole lot of that. But maybe this is limited with that. I saw the trailer, so I know there is some shooting in it.
Yeah.
But maybe this is more of a dialogue-driven movie, which would be my cup of tea.
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe I'll get a cup of tea. That's what they should serve, a cup of tea.
There you go.
Advertise, serve a cup of tea, and watch the people flock through the door.
Exactly. Advertising and marketing is the key. There you go. Thank you, ma'am, for coming up with that idea. If that idea works, she should get a lifetime pass.
Let's say, for decades, he was known only as Unknown X 9352 at a World War II American cemetery in Belgium where he was interred. Yesterday, the soldier would have his identity recovered, and he was reunited with his twin brother in Normandy, where the two Navy men died together when their ship shattered on an underwater mine while trying to reach the blood-soaked D-Day beaches. Julius Heinrich Otto Henry Piper and Ludwig Julius Wilhelm Louis Piper, two 19-year-olds from Esmond, South Dakota, will rest in peace side by side. From now on, they were buried. The brother was buried yesterday with his brother
In Belgium?
in Normandy.
In Normandy.
At the Normandy American Cemetery and Memorial in France, 74 years after they died. They died on June 19th, 1944. Yesterday was the anniversary of their death.
Oh, my God.
Isn't that something? You never know what's going to be in the news, right?
No.
Starbucks is going to close 150 stores. The coffee behemoth is retrenching in its home market as it contends with sales growth that Chief Executive Officer Kevin Johnson acknowledges isn't fast enough.
Oh, my gosh. So they're closing stores. You need ambiance, Starbucks. That's all there is to it. Can't feel like you're in a cafeteria when you're drinking your coffee.
Researchers say existing mental health treatments for left-handed people could be doing more harm than good. What?
What? What?
A study conducted by Cornell University and published in the journal Philosophical Transactions of the Royal Society.
Oh.
Well, there's a magazine I don't want to subscribe to.
There you go.
They found that the brain deals with emotions in left-handed people in an opposite way from right-handed people. Really?
What if you're ambidextrous?
You're very emotional. As a result, an electrical stimulation treatment for mental health that's been used on both right-handed and left-handed patients since the 1970s could actually be harmful because it's based on research mostly carried out on right-handed people.
Oh, my gosh.
There you go.
Oh, my
I'm
gosh.
telling you, you learn something new on this
You're
show
not
every
kidding.
day.
You're not kidding. This is super interesting.
Bruce Springsteen brought his guitar to a bowling alley.
Did a show close? I don't know.
This was a 1960s bowling alley turned music venue near Asbury Park's Boardwalk. Actor Hugh Jackman was in the house as the Asbury Lanes on Monday night jammed with Springsteen for about 30 minutes.
Oh, how cool.
The 4-song set, 4 songs in 30 minutes, consisted of Huey Smith's Rockin' Pneumonia and the Boogie Woogie Flu, I Just Want to Make Love to You by Muddy Waters, Down the Road a Piece by the Rolling Stones, and the Isley Brothers' Twist and Shout.
Wow.
Springsteen told the crowd, "It's been a joy watching the rebirth of Asbury."
Nice.
There you go.
Well, he holds the record for the longest concert, so I can understand 4 songs in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Go, Bruce.
Harvard has concluded that homes in the United States are now cheaper than they were in 1987. Before you call Harvard crazy, despite the long stratospheric rise of home prices in the U.S., the inflation-adjusted monthly payment on the median single-family home in 2017 was less than it was in 1987, when the home prices were lower but interest rates were higher. I guess I'll let them figure out the math. I couldn't even figure out 2 + 1 + 1 × 7.
Me neither.
All right, I am going to push a button and we'll move over to Galen's segment. When Galen Unold comes back on, we're going to talk a little bit about stadium food, by the way. I know we had this topic once before, but a new list has been released. We'll be right back. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Chris Foster. President Trump, meeting with House Republicans last night, endorses either immigration bill they're working on. One is seen as a compromise.
There's $25 billion for a border wall and legal status for young immigrants brought to the country illegally as children. And children would stay with their parents during immigration proceedings.
The president's visit today did encourage House Republicans to work towards getting legislation passed.
Florida Republican Carlos Curbelo. Democrats say legislation is not needed for the president to reverse a zero-tolerance policy blamed for family separation.
Fox's Jared Halpern. His lawyer confirms an FBI agent who sent anti-Trump text messages during the 2016 campaign, Peter Strzok, was escorted from FBI headquarters yesterday. There's an internal investigation. That lawyer says in a statement politicians should allow the disciplinary process to play out free from political pressure. Fox News, we report, you decide.
When posting on most job sites, you get candidates.
I'm the sales director.
I'm the sales director you're looking for.
But when you post on Indeed.com, you get the candidates just right for you.
I'm a sales director with an MBA, over 10 years experience, who's also fluent in Japanese.
With Indeed, you can add screener questions for a less time-consuming route to your short list of qualified candidates.
Arigato.
Hiring's better when you've got your short list. Save time on hiring when you post a job on Indeed. Get started today at Indeed.com/hire.
Dad, what are you doing?
Cramming for college.
I'm the one going to college.
Yeah, but we need to figure out how we're going to pay for it all.
Discover Student Loans.
Discover does student loans?
Yeah, they're one of the top student loan lenders in the country. It takes 15 minutes or less to apply, and there are no fees for the life of the loan. Best of all, I can earn cash rewards if I get good grades.
Really?
Yeah, we still have time to apply and get a great rate.
So I can just chill. College kids still say that, right?
No one says that, Dad.
Really?
Yeah.
Visit discoverstudentloans.com to apply today. Limitations apply.
Council.
Career Source Citrus Levy Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source Citrus Levy Marion and learn how they can help you.
Want some fun tips for the summer on and off-road travel? Tune in on Monday, the 25th to AM Ocala Live at 8:20 a.m. when Claudia Lombana will give us information about what to check for wear and tear on tires to protect your pocketbook and safety, planning a trip, emergency kits, and how to prepare for the unexpected. So be sure to listen. Again, that will be at 8:20 a.m. on Monday, the 25th, right here on AM Ocala Live. We want you to be safe, have fun, and enjoy the journey. All from the source, WOCA.
Insurance needs got you worried? Clifford Insurance has you covered with over 25 premium carriers. Family owned and operated with 200 years plus of combined experience. Call them today, 352-245-5455. Clifford Insurance has the expertise you and your family deserves.
Give me, Alicia Clifford, a call today for a free quote at 352-245-5455.
Here is your one-minute news brief. The Florida Highway Patrol is reporting that a two-vehicle head-on accident involving a tow truck and a car on Northwest Gainesville Road last night left 4 people, including 2 children, injured. 3 of those injured are in critical condition. The Ocala City Council has voted unanimously to keep the Marion Theater open. The Florida man and his girlfriend have been charged in the death of the man's 6-year-old daughter. U.S. Senator Bill Nelson was denied entry yesterday to a detention center for migrant children in South Florida. Attorney General Pam Bondi has named Marion County Sheriff's Corporal Jimmy Long the 2018 School Resource Officer of the Year. Long is the resource officer at Forest High School that was honored for his quick response to the April 20th shooting at the school. And actor John Travolta says the new Gotti film got a thumbs up from the real Gotti family and that he actually wore some of Gotti's clothing for the role and that he could smell cologne still in the fabric. And that is your news brief from the source.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. On this Wednesday, more sun than clouds. High 88 at the coast, 93 inland. And for Wednesday night, mainly clear, though 74 to 78. On Thursday, intervals of clouds and sunshine with a thunderstorm in spots, the high 89 to 93. And on Friday, partly sunny with a chance of a thunderstorm, the high 88 to 92. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
The College of Central Florida is committed to being your first choice for quality higher education. CF has locations in Marion, Citrus, and Levy counties and offers more than 60 academic programs. Earn a certificate, associate, or bachelor's degree. With Florida's 2+2 program, a student can complete an associate in arts at CF and be guaranteed admission to a state of Florida university. CF is ranked number 13 in the U.S. for affordability, is military friendly, and offers a full student life experience. Make CF your first choice. Call 352-873-5800.
Howdy, folks. RL here for Dairy Queen again to tell you about what's hot and what's not. Dairy Queen has some of the best char-grilled chicken breasts on earth, as well as their chicken breast salad. And the burgers are exceptional, cooked on a real grill for the best flavor and less fat. And for dessert, blizzards are unequaled. Personally, banana split is my all-time favorite. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Hi, Matt Wilkerson here, your Verizon representative with news that will hum your car, make it smart and safe. How? With the new Hum device by Verizon. You can rest assured you're never alone. Flat tire? Lost? Accident? For $10 a month, Hum by Verizon has you covered. And I will come to you in Marion County to install the Hum for free. Time to call me at 352-528-0020. Are you ready to hum along? Call 352-528-0020.
On the first and third Wednesday mornings of each month at 9:05, Robert Colin will be with us from On Top of the World, Ocala's premier active adult community. Be sure to listen and be sure to call in. Speak with Robert to learn about all the exciting lifestyle and new home choices available at On Top of the World. From time to time, Robert will have guests, and we're sure you will enjoy our little chat. You deserve the world, and we bring it to you. So be sure to tune in on the first and third Wednesdays of each month right here on The Source, WOCA. Need help getting something awkward, large, or fragile, expertly packed or custom crated and shipped? Call on the professionals at PackMail. PackMail can ship anything, anywhere, and will find the perfect solution to even the most difficult shipping problems. From that big screen TV to an antique china cabinet, no item is too large or too delicate for the professionals at PackMail. Go online to WeShipOcala.com. That's WeShipOcala.com. PackMail ships anything, anywhere.
All right, 7 minutes after 8 o'clock. Galen Unold is on the phone from LifeSouth Community Blood Center. Good morning, Galen.
Hey, good morning, Larry, Robin. How are you all?
Good. Yesterday I had to respond to a letter. Somebody wrote and said, I listen to you every day and love the conversation you have with Galen, but you never say which blood bank he's with. So I want to make sure LifeSouth.
Okay.
I want to say LifeSouth more often. So Galen,
okay. Fair enough.
I'm going to change your last name to LifeSouth. Unold will now be your middle name. Galen Unold LifeSouth. Galen Unold LifeSouth.
I've been called a lot worse.
LifeSouth Community Blood Centers. We should get the whole title in there.
Was it an actual letter, or was it like, an email?
It was an email letter, yes.
Yeah, it was about 4 paragraphs.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, he wanted to know.
If you got a real letter, you needed to frame that thing.
Well, he wanted to know where the blood goes that we donate to LifeSouth, so I want to give you a chance to answer that question. And I sent him a link to lifesouth.org, so.
Perfect.
Do you want to?
Yeah, I could jump right into that if you want.
Yeah.
Well, LifeSouth services over 120 hospitals throughout the Southeast. The blood that's collected in Ocala goes to Shands at UF and also the VA hospital in Gainesville. That's where probably 95% of it goes to. Now, if it's a special antigen or if you have a blood that is a sickle cell, matches a sickle cell patient, it may go to the Children's Hospital in Atlanta or the Children's Hospital in Birmingham. But again, 95% of all the blood that we collect in Ocala actually stays in the community and services Ocala, because there's something like 12,000 people that go to the city of Gainesville for health care, whether that's the VA or Shands. And those 12 people use blood products, something like 75% of them. So that's where it goes to.
There you go.
I hope that was a good explanation.
And your competitor or colleagues, I should say, they supply the blood to the Ocala hospitals?
Correct. Yeah. Okay. Both Monroe and Ocala Regional. We're supplemental. When Ocala Regional needs certain units, we send them to them, and that's kind of just the way it works.
Yeah. So as and I didn't mention this in the letter. I just simply said thank you for writing, and here's the link so you can get some information, and with the intent of asking you this morning to clarify that. But I also think that a lot of people will go back and forth between the two.
Yes,
sure. And as I said, I don't say this near enough, but I don't care where you donate blood. Just donate blood, and just make sure that it goes to a nonprofit blood center and not to a plasma center. And I'm tickled to death wherever you decide to give the gift of life.
Yeah, and the problem is that we know that because we've spoken to you for so long, but somebody just tuning in, they haven't ever heard us say that. That's why I like every once in a while to kind of rehash old stuff, just for the new listeners. Yeah.
And especially, here we are in the middle of the summer, and we have less than a 2-day blood supply, and any chance I can get to educate people and motivate them to save a life, I'm going to try to do that. So thank you for this opportunity.
Well, let's thank the sponsors. They make it possible. Penn Fleury and Palm Garden of Ocala. Without them, we couldn't do that. What Galen just did right there, answering those questions and letting you know. And for Robin and I, we benefit greatly from the reminder. I know it sounds crazy, but that you're a blood donor, but you might forget to donate. Well, you do. You forget. 8 weeks goes by, and you forget. So every time we're on with Galen, I always do a mental note. When was the last time? And we probably are getting close to 8 weeks by now.
Yeah,
we're
done with our 4 weeks now. We're coming on to.
And is that something we could call and find out, Galen? Is that or?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely. You can call the donor center at 622-3544 and we'll help you. We'll check and see what your eligibility is and tell you when you are eligible, and you can make an appointment at that time.
Yeah, there you go. So, as Galen said, donate blood. The veterans are always on my mind. And so that's kind of why my choice was LifeSouth. Not that I have given to One Blood. I've given to them too. So
yeah.
Before we have something fun, but before we do that, I have a caller. Good morning. You're on the air with Galen.
Yes, good morning. Galen, how do you determine a person's blood type? Is that done by a machine or a microscope, or how do you do that?
Well, we do it 2 different ways because we have to verify that. That's kind of important. So on the Bloodmobile, when you get on the Bloodmobile, we're going to do what we call screening. It's not an official test, because if we do an official test, then that has to be by a licensed tech. But on the Bloodmobile, we'll be able to tell you if you're an A, B, or an O. We just won't be able to tell your RH factor or whether you're a negative or a positive. And then after that, it goes into a machine and it's tested. We try to do as many automated procedures as possible, just because of the time. We try to get that blood tested as fast as possible.
There you go.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for the call. Yeah, I never knew that. I thought maybe if you look through a microscope, you can see a little B positive floating
around.
You
can. You most certainly can do it by microscope and by hand. And we do that when we're doing cross-matching for special antigen type units. But again, it just takes so long. So they have machines, and the tube just goes in there and it comes out and it gives you all your results.
So the fun topic today, there was a new article released in April, actually, regarding the amenities of the baseball stadiums in this country, and you'll be surprised how much this guy agrees with you on Tropicana Field. So
it's every year it's rated as the worst stadium in baseball.
All right,
that's not a new thing.
So I'm going to tell you what he says. This is a guy named Will Fulton. I don't know who he writes for, but that's who wrote the article. But before we do that, what is your zodiac sign? What is your zodiac sign?
I'm a Cancer.
A Cancer. So your birthday's coming up then, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
This is for today. This is the perfect day for a heart-to-heart talk with somebody you've been disagreeing with.
All right, Larry, let's get into it.
All right. So with that, I wanted to play something for you. Yesterday, Matt Gibbs was in here from Sunrise Automotive.
Sure.
And he was raised in the South, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Do you know Matt by chance?
I do.
Okay.
I do know Matt.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Matt was in here, and I was telling him about our conversation because he won a grill.
Yeah.
Wasn't that cool?
Isn't that
All
great?
right. So I said, speaking of that, Galen and Robin and I were talking about, barbecue in New York. He said, "Oh, they have the best barbecue in New York." I said, "Really?"
Oh boy.
No, he really did. So I have a soundbite for you. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, this is just for you. Right, this is just for you. And your horoscope says we should do this, so I want to make sure we do this. We were having an argument yesterday regarding barbecue in the South and barbecue in the North.
Okay.
Do you think you could get a good barbecue up in New York?
Yes. Yeah, to be honest with you, I would think.
You think so?
You could.
Okay.
And let me tell you why.
I think so, too.
We went to this place. I don't know why we went there. We were in New York City, and there's this place called Jezebel's.
Right.
Southern cooking.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
Right? So we okay, let's see how Southern cooking is in New York City.
Because she probably is from the South.
But let me tell you what, that girl could cook. And they had this pan.
So you were raised in the South?
Well, actually, yes. I was raised in the South. I wasn't born in the South, but I was raised in the South.
So the Southern barbecue is something you really probably could consider yourself a connoisseur of?
Yeah, not even so much like Sonny's barbecue,
right?
But like Tommy's barbecue.
Okay. Yeah. And so this lady at Jezebel's in New York City met your expectations.
Yeah, I mean, for what I was expecting in New York City, this was wow, this is pretty good.
So there you go.
I love that.
There you go.
That's honest, not a setup. Matt would never lie.
Galen, your Zodiac says we should have this discussion. Just thought I would.
Let's have it.
Yeah.
Again, I want to get you on semantics because he said I've never had barbecue in New York. So I mean, what's the conversation?
Well, he said it was
talking about Southern cooking.
Right. So what do you mean?
Yeah, it didn't sound like he had.
But Jezebel apparently met his every expectation. He's on 9th Avenue, like just off of Times Square.
Southern cooking.
I looked it up.
Cooking.
Right. Well, wouldn't somebody who is good at Southern cooking be good at barbecue?
No, they're completely different techniques.
Oh, really? So therefore, Southern cooking and barbecue are not necessarily the same thing, Your Honor.
Correct.
All right.
That's right. Absolutely.
Which means
Kansas City has great barbecue. They're not in the South.
What does?
Kansas City.
Oh, Kansas City.
He has phenomenal barbecue.
Depends on where you live.
Yeah.
Kansas City seems like the South to me. Toronto.
It does. No.
Toronto.
No, and they're Canadians. Why would you ask me such a thing?
Well, we had a funny Canadian story for you too, by the way. I don't know what I did with it, but anyway, all right. So So I didn't settle anything in your mind. I didn't convince you at all that Jezebel's.
Well, no. They're two different things, and I would agree that there would be good Southern cooking in New York.
I did look it up. Jezebel's is closed. So there might be an issue. There might be something about this. Maybe she tried, and
doesn't help your cause.
No, it might, because what if she moved down to Ocala and she's now got one here or Leesburg or someplace around here?
Would you move from 9th Avenue in New York City to Leesburg to open up a restaurant? That would be quite a stretch.
Why? I
would think you would make a lot more money in New York if you were good.
Nah, not if nobody's coming through the door. I mean, you want people to come through the door.
So you think more people would come through the door on 9th Avenue, New York, or Leesburg? I'm just saying.
I just think it depends on what. I know a lot of stores close in New York, so.
Sure, a lot of stores close everywhere, especially restaurants. They have like the highest failure rate, right?
But I guess the point is that she opened it up and it's now closed. She could have moved to Atlanta. She could have moved to Selma, Alabama. And now you have a Southern kitchen, right?
And I want to be clear. I've had barbecue and Southern cooking in both of those cities. So maybe I've eaten it just.
But the point is that the food isn't the city. The food is the person making the food.
But I agree with you, except for barbecue is so much more than it just is. I mean, I know I'm not doing. You're right. It is an art. That's exactly right, because it takes.
But an art takes an artist.
If you smoke a pig, it could take 24 hours.
I have never smoked a pig. All right, so. But an art takes an artist. If Picasso was painting in Paris, is his painting better than if he moved to Ocala?
Yeah, because he was being inspired by the surroundings that he's in.
So what's wrong with these surroundings?
Right?
They're nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in Ocala, it's fantastic. I mean, we don't have any good barbecue places. I still haven't been to that stand. I haven't been to that truck. I need to.
Oh, okay.
It's just there's the wood is a big deal. The type of meat that you get and the way it's prepared and how you do it, and the actual time and what you're cooking it on is a big factor. Nobody's going to go to New York City for barbecue. I don't know why that's so hard.
And maybe that's why Jezebel's moved out.
Correct. Oh no, there's lots of Southern kitchens in New York. Yeah.
I couldn't tell you that. Well, anyway, the rest of your horoscope says, with a little effort, you can imagine what it's like walking in somebody else's shoes, especially the one you're disagreeing with.
Sure. I mean, I can understand.
I have some shoes.
If you're not a true lover of barbecue, right? If you don't, then I can understand why you would think that it wouldn't be a big deal as to where you get it.
Let me ask you something.
I completely understand that.
Let me ask you something. If your uncle was like the best barbecue guy you've ever known, right? And then you went to a wedding up in New York, and the bride says, "Hey, uncle, would you make some of your famous barbecue?" And he did. Wouldn't it taste just as good as it does down here?
Well, as long as she's going to be patient enough for him to get the grill,
okay,
the wood,
okay,
the meat,
so why
and then he's going to allow her 24 hours to cook it.
Well, if he owns a restaurant,
you know what she would say? You know what she would say? She would say, "Hey, you're coming up from Alabama. Can you bring some barbecue with you?"
Right. That's exactly
and
right.
He'd say, "Of course he would."
Well, I'll bring the supplies. Yeah. I'll bring the grill and the wood, and I can make.
No. He's not going to. No. He's going to drive from. He's going to bring a grill from Alabama all the way to New York to cook somebody.
I just had like this mental taste of barbecue.
Yeah.
You're making me want to eat.
I'm going to have to get some last time. And Tommy's is very good.
All right. My sister used to work at Tommy's, by the way.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Great. Awesome.
I think she told me they slaughter their own pigs there, right?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Don't make any noise.
They do. They're fresh.
I hear it.
It's fresh.
All right. Are you ready? These are so the Oakland A's, Oakland Alameda County Coliseum is the lowest on his list. The lowest on his list.
Should be.
Okay, it's the lowest.
Go ahead.
But
it's pretty bad.
But he said in section 104 there's a little ribs and things restaurant thing, whatever. He says they sell pretty good ribs. So there you go. That's the best thing about the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum is the ribs and things.
I believe that.
Okay, you believe that. Now, the second to the worst stadium, according to Will Fulton, is Tropicana Field.
How long ago, let me ask you this, how long ago was this?
April 6, 2018.
Perfect. All right. Because I haven't been to Oakland Alameda since it's been about 10 years.
He said, ribs and things comes through and saves the day in the worst ballpark in America. He says the only thing he liked about the whole experience. All right.
It's a bad ballpark. Yeah.
So Tropicana Field is the second worst. His least favorite, second least favorite.
Sure.
But he said the Cuban sandwich is the best food there.
I believe it.
This is what he says about the stadium. He says Tropicana Field is probably the worst stadium in baseball, even though he put it at number 29 instead of number 30.
Oh.
He said sometimes balls actually hit the ceiling and stay there.
Isn't that sad? So sad.
But he says that despite this bleakness, the home of the Rays has some legitimate good food. There you go.
Okay.
Cuban sandwich is his favorite one. All right. Let's see. I'm just go through some of these. 28 is the Kansas City Royals Kaufman Stadium.
Really? That's not it's just a cookie cutter. Okay.
Well, he doesn't really like the stadium. It's number 28. But he likes the Belafonte.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
He likes the Belafonte ice cream.
Oh, nice.
He said you can get that everywhere. Okay. Detroit Tigers in Comerica Park is number 20.
I don't mind Comerica Park. It's not the worst, but okay.
Well, no, it's 27 on his list out of 30.
Yeah, that's still low.
It's close to the bottom, yeah. But they do have some good chicken shawarma nachos.
All right.
Never had that. All right.
Nachos.
Lucy loves lotuses. What? What is that? Oh, that's my.
Must be food.
The Chicago White Sox in Guaranteed Rate Field. What a name. The Chicago White Sox. Theirs is the Lucy Loves Lotus Elote Corn Off the Cob. What the heck is that? Oh, that must be the name of the
Corn Off the Cob.
The restaurant. Okay.
All right, you got me.
Toronto Blue Jays, number 25 in Rogers Center. Their
not that bad.
Dessert churro routine. Canada's only ball club. Rest in peace.
Is this just the foods, or I'm confused? Is he talking about the ballpark or the food?
The ballpark, but I'm talking about the food. You want to hear about the park?
Well, no, I'm just thrown off. All right.
Yeah.
That's why you were bringing up the food, and I was just thrown off.
Now these are his favorite and least favorite stadiums, but he does focus on the food. Yeah. Remember we had this discussion once before.
Yeah.
But this is the newer version. Okay.
Okay. All right.
So let me just jump ahead to the top. Some of your favorite ones. Let me start at 17 because that's the Milwaukee Brewers. Okay, Miller Park. The best thing they have is brats on a stick.
There you go.
What is it with that city with the brats?
We'll have to go and find out.
I don't know.
Let's see. You might feel a little stifled at Miller Park. Aside from that, the sausages from Clements are very Wisconsin-esque, an array of cheese curds all over the stadium, but if you prefer your arteries unclogged, you might feel a little stifled at Miller Park. There's nothing for the health-minded.
Of course not.
Oh, my gosh. Let's see. I'll jump ahead to any that you guys talk about all the time. The Chicago Cubs, Wrigley Field.
Where's that one at?
Wrigley Field in Chicago?
Yeah. No. Where's it at on this ranking?
Oh, number 12. Number 12.
Okay.
The bow to the pork from Pork and Mindy's. That's his favorite food there. Bow to the pork. Not only did the Cubbies recently break the century-long curse perpetrated by one ticked-off goat owner, they also just swept off the Major League Baseball Food Namies, which is an award I literally just made up, he said. Okay.
And where's the Red Sox stadium?
The Red Sox, I'm getting there.
Okay.
The Atlanta Braves are number 10 on the list.
The new field?
SunTrust Park is what it says. SunTrust Park.
Oh, I guess the food's okay for that guy, but not a big fan. It's very boring.
You don't like it?
No.
He says they have a Chick-fil-A in that stadium. And a Waffle House.
They do have a Chick-fil-A and a Waffle House.
Waffle House.
There you go.
But you got to remember, those are both headquartered in Atlanta, and they're mainstays of Atlanta.
All right. Let's see. Let me jump ahead. Citi Field is the Mets. It's number 3. The Fuku chicken sandwich.
Nice.
Minnesota Twins is Target Field.
Target Field.
The Indorito is his favorite food, and the Safeco Field, Seattle Mariners, Safeco Field. He said all the food is good there. Where's your guys?
The Red Sox.
I don't see your guys on here, Galen.
Fenway Park? Oh.
Did they make the top 20?
No, this is supposed to be all of them.
Oh.
I think this is all of them. I must have skipped it. All right.
Fenway Park.
Yeah. Where's the Bloodmobile today, Galen?
Hey, Bloodmobile today, Larry, is we're at a couple of locations. We're down, that's tomorrow. I got it. And by the way, I did get an update. We are working on the location settings of our blood drive, and hopefully that'll be done by the end of the month.
On the website.
On the website. So apparently we're going through a major upgrade. But today we're at the Walmart right there on Easy Street.
All right.
We're going to be there at 10 a.m. This morning. 10 to 8.
Nice. LifeSouth Community Blood Centers.
Yes, let's make sure we mention where you're from, LifeSouth. Well, thank you for what you do. Thank you for explaining to us where the blood goes that you collect, and the work that you do is phenomenal. So thank you for doing it, and keep it up, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Sounds great. Thank you guys for the opportunity.
Thank you,
Bye
Galen.
all.
We'll be right back.
Fox News Radio. I'm Chris Foster. President Trump, meeting with House Republicans last night, endorses either immigration bill they're working on. One is seen as a compromise.
There's $25 billion for a border wall and legal status for young immigrants brought to the country illegally as children. And children would stay with their parents during immigration proceedings.
The president's visit today did encourage House Republicans to work towards getting legislation passed.
Florida Republican Carlos Curbelo. Democrats say legislation is not needed for the president to reverse a zero-tolerance policy blamed for family separation.
Fox's Jared Halpern. His lawyer confirms an FBI agent who sent anti-Trump text messages during the 2016 campaign, Peter Strzok, was escorted from FBI headquarters yesterday. There's an internal investigation. That lawyer says in a statement politicians should allow the disciplinary process to play out free from political pressure. Fox News, we report, you decide.
When posting on most job sites, you get candidates.
I'm the sales director.
I'm the sales director you're looking for.
But when you post on Indeed.com, you get the candidates just right for you.
I'm a sales director with an MBA, over 10 years experience, who's also fluent in Japanese.
With Indeed, you can add screener questions for a less time-consuming route to your short list of qualified candidates.
Arigato.
Hiring's better when you've got your short list. Save time on hiring when you post a job on Indeed. Get started today at Indeed.com/hire.
Dad, what are you doing?
Cramming for college.
I'm the one going to college.
Yeah, but we need to figure out how we're going to pay for it all.
Discover Student Loans.
Discover does student loans?
Yeah, they're one of the top student loan lenders in the country. It takes 15 minutes or less to apply, and there are no fees for the life of the loan. Best of all, I can earn cash rewards if I get good grades.
Really?
Yeah, we still have time to apply and get a great rate.
So I can just chill. College kids still say that, right?
No one says that, Dad.
Really?
Yeah.
Visit discoverstudentloans.com to apply today. Limitations apply. Council.
Howdy, folks. RL here for Dairy Queen again to tell you about what's hot and what's not. Dairy Queen has some of the best char-grilled chicken breasts on earth, as well as their chicken breast salad. And the burgers are exceptional, cooked on a real grill for the best flavor and less fat. And for dessert, blizzards are unequaled. Personally, banana split is my all-time favorite. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Hi, Matt Wilkerson here, your Verizon representative with news that will hum your car, make it smart and safe. How? With the new Hum device by Verizon. You can rest assured you're never alone. Flat tire? Lost? Accident? For $10 a month, Hum by Verizon has you covered. And I will come to you in Marion County to install the Hum for free. Time to call me at 352-528-0020. Are you ready to hum along? Call 352-528-0020.
On the first and third Wednesday mornings of each month at 9:05, Robert Colin will be with us from On Top of the World, Ocala's premier active adult community. Be sure to listen and be sure to call in. Speak with Robert to learn about all the exciting lifestyle and new home choices available at On Top of the World. From time to time, Robert will have guests, and we're sure you will enjoy our little chat. You deserve the world, and we bring it to you. So be sure to tune in on the first and third Wednesdays of each month right here on The Source, WOCA. Need help getting something awkward, large, or fragile, expertly packed or custom created and shipped? Call on the professionals at PackMail. PackMail can ship anything, anywhere, and will find the perfect solution to even the most difficult shipping problems. From that big screen TV to an antique china cabinet, no item is too large or too delicate for the professionals at PackMail. Go online to WeShipOcala.com. That's WeShipOcala.com. PackMail ships anything, anywhere.
Did you get your tickets yet to see the paranormal acrobats of the air, illusionists, freaks, mysterious creatures of all elements that make one think of a normal circus? But that of normal has very little. Get ready, Ocala. Paranormal Cirque is here now for the shows June 21st to the 24th. A crazy yet fun fusion between circus, theater, and cabaret in perfect harmony with the evolution of a dark show that brings you back to where we dreamed and when we had nightmares and fantasies. This is truly a paranormal experience like no other. So mark your your calendars now. June 21st to the 24th under the black and red Big Top, located at the Southeastern Livestock Pavilion. Tickets start at just $20. You can get $2 off every ticket in any level with promo code WICKED. Visit ParanormalCirque.com now.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.